You think you know your cat. Those calm eyes, that lazy elegance, that quiet companionship. But then, in the middle of the night, he bolts across the living room like his fur is on fire. The sound of claws scratching, paws thundering, chaos unfolding. It looks random, even a little haunted. Yet, what if I told you it's not madness at all? What if those bursts of wild energy carry the echo of ancient instincts coded deep in his DNA? Let's uncover the truth together. Because behind every strange feline act lies instinct and a whisper from evolution itself. Your cat's midnight sprints, those sudden zoomies, aren't insanity. They're survival rehearsals. In the wild, cats spend days conserving energy, only to explode into full throttle chase when prey appears. Domestic cats, safe and fed, rarely use that energy. So it builds inside them like pressure in a shaken soda can. When it bursts, it becomes a mad dash through corridors or over furniture. Scientists call this the frenetic random activity period. But to your cat, it's a primal release. A reminder that he's not just your roommate, he's a descendant of desert hunters who once chased life or death across the sands. And here's the heartbreaker: when you yell, when you think your cat has lost his mind, you interrupt something ancestral. That burst keeps his instincts sharp, his muscles responsive, his body balanced. It's his way of saying I'm still alive. I still remember who I am. So the next time he runs wild at 3 in the morning, don't scold him. Watch him. You're seeing the wild pulse of trapped inside four walls. Now look at a softer mystery: the kneading. That gentle rhythmic pressing of paws into blankets, pillows, or even your lap. It's almost hypnotic, like a tiny ritual performed only for himself. But the origin of this behavior is heartbreakingly tender. When kittens nurse, they instinctively knead their mother's belly to stimulate the flow of milk. As adults, cats carry this memory, this gesture of comfort, safety, and love, into their new lives. When your cat needs you, he's not just stretching his paws. He's telling you, you are my safe place. The warmth, the smell, the texture of your skin recreate the earliest moment he ever felt peace. Some scientists call this neotness behavior, when juvenile traits persist into adult life. But emotionally, it's something deeper. It's the animal's way of building a bridge between infancy and old age, between need and affection. So, the next time your cat needs on you and purrs so deeply that you feel the vibration in your bones, remember, you are his substitute for a mother's heartbeat. You're his comfort in a world that often feels too loud. But then comes one of the behaviors that chills many owners. When your cat brings you a dead mouse or bird, drops it at your feet, and stares at you like he expects applause. For many people, it's disgusting or confusing. Why would your sweet indoor friend become a merciless hunter? The answer is pure teaching instinct. In the wild, adult cats bring prey to kittens to show them how to hunt, sometimes alive for practice, sometimes dead for eating. When your cat brings you his gift, he's doing the only thing evolution trained him to do, teach you. He's saying, like, look, I've done it. Now it's your turn. All right, like you are his family, and in his mind, a rather clumsy one. Behavioral biologists call this the shared hunt instinct. It's the feline version of mentorship. The heartbreaking truth: it's also love. He believes you need help surviving, and he's willing to share his hardwired skills with you. So even though it feels gross to find a little offering on the doormat, realize it's not a horror. It's affection in the purest primitive form. Respect it, as strange as it looks, because that's your cat saying he trusts you with the deepest part of his. Another behavior that baffles owners unfolds near the water bowl: the paw dip. You might see your cat cautiously dipping her paw into her water before drinking, as if testing something unseen. The truth is, she's not being fussy. She's being cautious. In cats drink from streams, puddles, and ponds where still water can hide danger, contamination, insects, or depth changes. By disturbing the surface, they reflect how deep or clean it looks. Some specialists believe it's also an adaptation to their predatory vision. Cats have trouble focusing on still water, so moving it helps them see it better. What looks like fussiness is actually safety, instinct, and biology in perfect alignment. And sometimes your cat scratches or covers leftover food with invisible soil, a gesture that looks both hilarious and tragic. You feed him generously, but he still buries what's left. Why? Because those instincts once kept him alive. In the wild, leaving unburied food attracts predators. By pretending to cover it, he's obeying an ancient rule of survival: hide your scent, protect your hunt. Even though he's living in a modern home, behind that cute facade lies a calculated animal who remembers the danger of being discovered. It might look like nonsense, but it's self preservation, beautifully disguised as play. Perhaps one of the strangest and most fascinating behaviors is number six, that eerie chattering sound cats make when watching birds through the window. It's half meow, half squeak, almost mechanical. Many owners call it chirping, but sees it as a glimpse inside the frustration of the predator mind. Studies suggest it's mimicry or muscle rehearsal, the cat's jaw practicing the fatal neck bite that would end a hunt quickly. The sound comes from their desire colliding with limitation. They see prey, but can't reach it. The result? A strange, tense vocalization born from thousands of years of predatory design, meeting the cage of domestic life. Imagine what it feels like to have that fire burning inside you. Able to see, but never touch. Driven by instincts with no outlet. That's what your cat experiences every time she stares out the window, trembling with energy. So, the next time you hear that chittering sound, don't laugh. Respect it. You're witnessing a conversation between biology and captivity, between impulse and restraint. Now, let's talk about water again, but in a different light: the still bowl versus the tap. Many cats disdain stagnant water because their ancestors learned that moving water is fresher and safer. Standing water, especially in the wild, could mean bacteria, parasites, or decay. Flowing water signals oxygen, purity, life. That's why so many cats prefer drinking from taps, fountains, or even the shower floor. Their genes still remember what their domesticated bodies no longer need to fear. You see fussiness, they see survival written in motion. Then comes the universal obsession of cats with boxes. You buy an expensive bed, but your cat chooses the cardboard packaging instead. What's going on? Scientists call it behavioral thermoregulation and environmental control. Boxes offer warmth, safety, and defined boundaries. In the wild, a confined space means protection from predators and a place to stalk in silence. Psychologically, boxes reduce stress by providing cats with control over their environment. Inside that cardboard fortress, they can relax fully, unseen, untouchable. So every time you see your cat curl into a box, you're watching him return to his evolutionary cradle, a place where safety had walls and comfort came in silence. You've probably also felt the pain of tiny claws attacking your feet under the blanket. Those sudden pounces aren't malice, they're training. Your feet move unpredictably, activating his hunting circuits. He reacts instinctively, turning your bedtime into his jungle. This play fight sharpens his reflexes, keeps his brain alert, and satisfies his prey drive. To you, it's annoying. To him, it's essential conditioning. The behavior has a name: predatory play. And inside his mind, every flick of your toes is a small animal running for its life. He doesn't see cruelty, he sees life, energy, practice. Evolution doesn't stop at the bedroom door. And then there's the strangest of all: licking plastic, fabric, even wool. You might catch your cat licking grocery bags or sweaters with unsettling dedication. It's called pica, the consumption or attraction to non food substances. Scientists trace it to a mix of stress, genetic predisposition, and texture preference. Some cats, especially Oriental breeds, exhibit it more often. The behavior might release endorphins in their brains, soothing anxiety or boredom. But it's also a cry for help. When your cat licks plastic, he may be seeking sensory feedback that he's missing emotionally. In captivity, where life is safe but monotonous, these odd rituals become emotional outlets. If that sounds painful, it is. Because behind every quirk lies a need. Behind every oddity lies an echo of something your cat lost when he traded the savannah for your living room. He's a creature of instinct trapped in a modern world of comfort, a hunter without a hunt. That's the bittersweet truth of domestication. It gave cats safety, but stole their wilderness. Every strange behavior you've ever seen, every sprint, need, gift, chirp, or lick is your cat's way of remembering the life he was built for. Scientists have spent decades decoding these mysteries, but none of them erase the emotion behind the behavior. When your cat runs through the house at dawn, when he presses his paws into your chest, when he brings you his hunted toy, he's not just performing instinct, he's speaking a silent language older than humanity. The language of survival translated into affection. It's how learned to love without words. So watch closer. Every twitch of his tail, every strange ritual, every inexplicable act is not random. It's history unfolding in fur. Your cat is not broken, lazy, spoiled, or weird. He's perfect, precisely because he remembers what we've forgotten, the harmony between body and instinct. And if you learn to read that language, you'll stop being puzzled and start being humbled. He doesn't need to change. You need to understand. If you love discovering the secret behind your cat's mind, make sure to subscribe and stay with us because the mysteries of your feline world are just beginning to unfold.